Given recent extreme weather events, is climate change a major concern for you?
Yes, climate change is a concern for me because it's more than just visible and talked about on stats. You're actually seeing the effects of the jet stream extremities, taking cold air from the north and bringing it down to Texas and stuff, and then taking that hot air and bringing it up here to northern BC and stuff. So I would say that global warming is definitely a concern, something I worry about.
There's no going back. We can't go back. We have to go forward with the in mind that we're on borrowed time, and we've got little people that are just starting their life, and I believe that they're going to be the initiative to smarten us old farts up, because that's what's going on. Is the old way of thinking is that it's somebody else's problem, but it isn't. It's our younger generation's problem today.
It is a worry, especially for the farmers, and the food prices, for the economy as well. It's such a big worry because you look at it and you start to wonder, is this going to be a continuous? Are we ever going to have a winter come 10 years from now?
Yes, climate change is a very big concern for me. I try to do my best, with my diet and uses of car and bicycle. I prefer the bicycle or my 2 feet, so I try to do that, and I hope some other people might follow that.
It should be a concern for everybody. I think that just the experience we had in the last week, all of a sudden 30-degree temperatures in May, middle of May, that are in summer temperatures here. The forest fires starting so early.
Just over the last couple of years, my daughter lived in Kelowna, and that's one of the main reasons they moved, was the increase in the heat and also the smoke, because she was pregnant during one of the smoke events down there, and then so they just wanted to find a place where it might be less likely that there's events like that. And then of course the floods that they had that limited our ability to even get to Kelowna because of the roads closing. So definitely it is a concern for us.
Oh, it's been an ongoing thing forever. I feel like all my life I've been hearing about it, and I think it's there's no going back, and we need to drastically, I think, change our ways, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. I have young children, and I'm fearful that the world they are going to be living in will be a world of vast change, and I'm really concerned about that.
I would say yes, because as a First Nation person, we see a lot of the salmon dwindling through the rivers here, not only here in the Yukon, but here, most likely everywhere. So the salmon and the environment has a lot to do with the environment and the climax, or the weather.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a major concern for me. Wanting to raise a family in the future, just wondering what the world would be like for my kids. Also, like coming from a place like the Yukon, where it depend on the health of the land a lot. It just brings concerns like whether we'll be able to fish and hunt and enjoy nature as we did in the future. Yeah.
I'm very anxious about it because obviously it's the next generation, and the climate change affects everything, production, everything.
I think it's a concern for me, and I think it's a concern for most Canadians. I think that the wildfires sort of punctuate the situation, and whether that's linked to drought or long-term climate change or a combination of those things, I think we need to pay attention and be concerned.
Hey, I've only got 20 years left, so I'm not particularly concerned, except for my children and society in general, because it's a major problem. And it's, again, governments of all stripes have not given it sufficient priority.
What do you think they should be doing?
Increasing the price. The carbon levy is a great idea. It should probably be increased. Obviously subsidies for things electrical would probably work, because we have to transition away from cars, or at least petroleum-based fuels.
I'm more concerned about us being taxed on climate change. I feel the weather in the world is in cycles, and right now it's being used to overtax us. I don't know where the money is going to, but I don't think it's helping at all by taxing us. And the wildfires, some of it was man-made.
Absolutely, I am. And we need to do all that we can to get that back under control, to deal with it, instead of avoiding it, pretend it doesn't exist.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's not much that can really be done about it. I guess you can mitigate it a little bit, but the wildfires and stuff and the flooding, and it's going to keep getting worse.
We're starting to see less plastic, but consciousness about carrying bags to, you know, have less stuff brought to your house. And I don't know about you, but I see lots in my recycling all the time, and you wonder, how is that all going to get recycled? So consuming less might be a start.
Oh, absolutely. I'm really concerned about climate change, and I think Canada seems to be getting a fair dosage of pretty heavy weather as a result of climate change factors. And we've got to find a way as a country to completely respond to this and make logical steps to reduce the risks for all Canadians everywhere.